Guys, there's an alternative to insulating your roof. You could do this inside of the rafters of a house, but we're doing it on a mobile home double wide roof, and we're using it for insulation, not for vapor barrier. Actually, you can use this for vapor barrier. It sticks, has a sticky side, and then the other side sticks to it. It's 4 foot wide, has an R value, says as much as 10 inches of regular batt insulation on their website. It's not a humidity, it says. It is a vapor barrier. It is a Class A fire rating. Reduces or eliminates condensation in metal buildings. So you can use this. What I do, and there's a lot of discussion online with regards to putting metal roofing against shingles and causing it to sweat, and you should have slip sheets. They sell that stuff for a roll about that big, and I think it's like $200. It's just a little bit more than paper, but anyway, I've never used it in 30 years. You can use whatever you want to, but this, and I think that's like $200 a roll, something like that. This covers 750 square feet, and it's $300 a roll. So it gets you 10 inches of insulation underneath your metal roof. It will keep you from touching your shingles if you're worried about it. Although I'm going to say again, in 30 years I've never had the things that these guys are, oh, you don't do that, you're going to cause your metal roof or your roof to rot, and it will cause damage. I'm working on one right now. I'll send you the pictures, and then they don't. But that's neither here nor there. I'll explain to you what I think is their issue. If you strip that house and with 1x or 2x, and then you put metal directly to that, that leaves an air gap, a space in between the metal roof and the shingles. And the difference between the outside of that metal and the inside of that metal in temperature on both sides is dramatic. 20 degrees maybe. That 20 degrees or more is causing condensation and will always cause condensation. Okay, whenever that condensation comes down, it runs down that shingle roof, it hits the 1x4s or the 2x4s, and it rots. It will find the screws, it will sit there and rot. Now, have I run into that? No, because I've never done 2x over shingles or 1x. I've never saw fit to do so. We've got plywood underneath there. Why would we need to do that? Unless we were shimming. I think I did one job where they had really bad crooked roof and they were trying to hide it. Not far from here. But whenever years ago I was trying to be nice, and it's like, well, if you can't afford, well, here's what we need to do. We need to strip this metal roof on a mobile home, and we will need to put insulation in between. And they go, oh, well, could we save not putting insulation in? What happens on a metal clad mobile home roof is the same thing that I was telling you about on stripping a house with shingles. The condensation runs down, it hits those screws on what's holding those 1x4s down, or back then I was using DWC or drywall channel, metal drywall channel, and it caused me grief. And then so what we also did was run into, I think it was like 3 different places where they, oh, we'll save the money, I don't need to spend that money on the insulation, you know. So I don't let them have that choice anymore. I put this up there. Now you can put foam, 3/4 foam in between your strips of wood. I did that for quite a long time. This is something that's been out for the last 4 or 5 years in my area. Might have been available somewhere else earlier, I don't know, but in my area. So what I'm saying is, it would catch me on the addition. It would run down, and all of a sudden the addition would be leaking. No, everybody goes up there and seals where the addition attaches to the metal roof above it. And no, it's not what it is. It's condensating and running down to where those two, the new addition met the roof. So it took me a little bit to figure that out. Probably only 3 jobs where I made that mistake, and I had to fix it. So when you strip a roof, you need to insulate it. This is a choice. You could do this. It's cheaper. It's faster. It's a vapor barrier and it's insulation. 10 inches of insulation. That's what they're saying. Same as. So if you got an issue, I want to say like Austin Powers' dad, then here's a tissue. But you know, I get people all the time that say, "Oh, well, you don't know what you're doing. You said tell people that." You know, how long do I have to do this? I've been doing it for right at 30 years. I'm going to be 50 years and I'm going to outlive a lot of these houses and the people living in them. Okay, and a shingle roof is not going to last 10, 15 years, and that's if we don't get 70-mile-an-hour winds, which we do around here every now and then, and shingles blow off. We got a metal roof or a shingle roof to replace because of that, and it's still within warranty. And I can guarantee you can have a 50-year warranty and it won't hold up to that kind of wind. Guess what? Metal roof will. It'll hold up until the house starts flying apart. So all this baloney, man, just don't listen to it. I know these guys are experts in their own mind, and I'm just trying to help you with how to do your own house at a budget. So I'm going to tell you, if you want to put those slip sheets in, go ahead. It's just added labor and added expense, and I have never had an issue with it. But if you want to add insulation for a little more money, it's not much. You get a lot from this stuff called Prodex Ecologic. So look into it. They're actually online at insulationforless.com, and they're not paying me. So there you go, guys.